This week, I thought I'd do something a little bit different. So, in my coaching calls at the end, I always wrap it up after the conversations I've had from the students within that call. Because what happens is I'm summing up the questions and helping people move forward faster toward their own success in their print on demand businesses. So I wanted to share with you particularly a few different things that I've spoken about recently because I think it's incredibly important for you to get that same information. There's so much information out there online for print on demand, so it's often hard to get what works for you without knowing where to start. Now, in this first bit of the riff, I talk about how I'm using ChatGPT and AI in my print-on-demand business. Without treading carefully and understanding what actually sells within print-on-demand, you can end up spending thousands upon thousands of dollars being led up the garden path. And this is where I explain why it's important to know what products sell and how to sell them with print-on-demand. And not just putting your faith and trust in ChatGPT. Keep getting those designs out there. That's what it's about. It's about getting better every single time, like getting in the trenches, creating those designs, because what happens is you will get better and better at the designs that you're creating. Don't lean on ChatGPT too heavily to create your phrases. You can use it like I use it for design elements. I use it for ad copy and product copy and that kind of things, and making it specific to the people that I want to buy the product. But in terms of having it to go in there and go, this is the phrase I've got, give me 5 variations of it, I'm not doing that. I might go in there and go, finish this sentence, and just to give me the word that I need for that specific niche. But it's you're using your own creativity to create the phrase, because I still don't think ChatGPT is there yet. I was giving it back to the AI the other day. I was like, stop telling me to test this stuff, because this stuff is not what sells print-on-demand products. Only after I followed what it was saying for a bit. I was like, and that was based on a product that I had already selling and the information that you constantly hear out there on social media. Because what you do, like whenever you hear any talk about ads on social media, it is for the brands that have, they're trying to sell a Yeti. Now, I'm about to explain how e-commerce and brand building is very different to print-on-demand sales. With print-on-demand, we're selling emotion through the designs that we're creating for our products. With brand building, whether it's a Yeti, whether it's just an esky or washing detergent, those things you're really needing to build the case for why your product is better. So it takes a lot of creative testing in order to be able to find your winning setup, in order to be able to scale. With print on demand, it's about finding that phrase. There's nothing emotional about that. They're just trying to paint the picture why the Yeti is better than another stainless steel tumbler. So they have to come up with all these different ad creatives to try and get that message across. Whereas when we've got a product with a design on it, let me try and unblur this so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Otherwise, it just looks like another bloody cup. So this one's like, bikers don't go grey, we turn chrome. So now I'm not selling the mug. People know what this stainless steel tumbler is. I'm directly putting it in front of bikers that are most likely to buy it and making sure that they can read that message. With print on demand, you typically have a niche. And what that allows you to do is know exactly who it is that you're selling that product to. When you're running your Facebook ads, you know what interest to go after. When you are optimizing your listings on Etsy, you know what keywords and what to search for within tools like eRank to actually discover what people are looking for in order to find your product. So that is what the switch that as a print-on-demand marketer is the most important thing that you can reflect on. First and foremost, every single time, is that phrase needs to be as simple to read as possible, hitting all those emotive points, the passion points that make someone light up about what it is that they love doing. And when you can do that, and it's obvious that it's a tumbler, when it's obvious that it's metal art, when it's obvious that it's a mug or a chopping board, all that focus goes into that phrase and it gets them through that checkout as quickly as possible. And what's happening, and the reason why we want that to happen so quickly, is because every algorithm, whether it's Amazon, Etsy, or Facebook, they are tracking the scroll stop, the hang times, the time it takes that when somebody lands on your page, to the add to cart, to the transaction actually happening. All these form part of the metrics they track, and the more positive metrics we can stack together. Now, this is getting more in the weeds. It's the more we can stack, the more positive it is, the more likely it is that we're going to be able to scale that and make good money. So that is why I'm big on making sure that when you send me designs, that I'm helping you to create the best quality designs you possibly can in the easiest way possible. Because we're not professional designers. We are someone that is training to spot opportunity to create designs quickly based on what we know already selling, leveraging what's already working, and then creating our own designs and getting them out there as quickly as possible to test. Keep sending those designs through because, like I said, and I've said many times, my goal is to get you as comfortable and confident as possible in the designs that you're creating and the process of which you're getting them out there in the marketplace, whether it's optimizing on Etsy or running those ads. So if you've got any questions, you know where I am. If you've got any designs, send them through. Happy to help. Now, if you want to be successful with print on demand, you need to listen to this next section because it talks about the mindset element that comes along with running your print on demand business. Once the shyness, once the excitement's worn off what it is you're doing with print on demand, it's your ability to keep going past that point that allows you to eventually get to your results and your ultimate success. Now, if you'd like me to share more coaching clips from the calls that we are having, make sure you let me know in the comments below, because if you want them, I can get more for you. I've done hundreds of these coaching calls now, and there's tons of tips and gold nuggets in there that's going to help you make more money faster. So please let me know. Also, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, because every piece of content I put out there is designed to help you make more money faster. Now let's get back to it. I was reminded of too, even running these designs on my store, getting it up and running, and you're investing all this time and energy into creating the branding for it effectively. So I've been putting the time in the flows and making the store really be sounding like the niche that I'm going after, which there's a very, like the medieval sort of thing. I'm not huge on fantasy, but I get the connection. So, but just through that process of collaborating with ChatGPT just to get the tone correct across the store, because it's outside of my own vocabulary. I've got no idea how these games are played. And it's only through my niche immersion, whether it's on TikTok watching short form content, that you're starting to pick up on these different cues. The comments on the ads that come back, they're like, I would have said this instead of that. So as you start doing it too, it gets more helpful. But what happens is you're excited in the beginning. You're like, this is really fun. This is so creative. Like, this is where it's at. But then after the initial sales have died off, you get the doubt creep in. Is this the right niche? Is this the right product? So on and so forth. And that's exactly what I was saying before. It's the boring beginning. And once the shine's taken off, the fact that it is exciting to get in there and play around with it. And now this is where the real work begins, where we need to put in the hard yards, and we got to figure out what design sells, what the niche responds to. That process is what you fall in love with along the way. It's like that creative juggling, the whatever it is that you're doing that teaches you how to be able to be a one percenter in terms of the top sellers that are out there. And then along that way, it's not that now that I'm making $20,000 per month from my store that I'm doing. Not yet, but future you, that result's great. That pays the bills and it allows you to do what you want to do. But that is just a result of the work that you've put in. And what you've allowed yourself to experience over that is the freedom to be able to choose. Can I wind down the hours that I'm doing in my job now? Can I spend more time with my family? Can I go on more holidays? Are the bills getting paid? And it's like, those are the things. It's like, now that you have more time on your hands, which is ultimately what we all want, what everything comes down to is that freedom of time. That's the boring beginning that we need to push through to be able to allow ourselves to get to the outcome that we want, that allows us to have those choices to get to where we're going. So guys, always more than happy to jam on that sort of stuff as well. That's the mindset element of what we do. We've got the strategy and whatnot, the fundamentals of design and how to run ads and all that sort of stuff. But That's only good if we've got the mindset that allows us to push through when it's not easy. We've got speed bumps and roadblocks in this business just like any others. The difference is when you overcome them in your business, you're the one that benefits from them, not your boss. And you're not asking for permission to go on holidays or the toilet or things like that. So, guys, keep at it. Keep excited. Do the mindset work, and you will get to what it is that you want to get to. So if you've got any questions, you know where I am. If not, I will see you next week. Good on you guys. There it is. Hope it was helpful. The mindset stuff is so critically important with the print-on-demand business or any other business for that matter. So I'd really love it for you to place the importance on it that it deserves. Because positive or negative, if you come into your business, that's going to determine your outcome. When you're positive, you see everything as an opportunity. You see the optimism and the success of others and use that as inspiration for your own. On the other side, if you're negative and pessimistic about it, then when you see other people's success, you're always doubtful of what they've done, how profitable they are, and it really stops you from taking the next step and the steps towards what you need to do in order to succeed. So if you love that, let me know. Please comment below telling me what you liked about it, what you're working on. Until we meet again, you need to watch this video next because I teach you all about what's inside the PODHacks Accelerator, and I'd love to help you over there as well. Stay awesome.